Sports Podcast.
The best of the best of the best.
No vengan a frontear a echarte flores.
Le llevamos la mejor noticia del deporte.
Like,
Eso te da duro.
Dígalo, papi, tú supéralo, ¿viste?
Put the fries in the bag.
Número por número.
Yo voy a los míos, así que vamos allá.
Fuego, fuego, fire, fire.
Jacob is gonna dog walk.
Casi en la hora cero.
Eso era lo que se esperaba.
We believe. The one that panicked was the head coach.
Ver estos dos mastodontes.
just don't agree about the format. I think that
Paper Fools. Eso fue lo primero que yo pensé.
Un coach de nombre.
so no what's going on. I don't
man.
know. All these good.
Está atrasado.
Ay, el Big Three.
Said that dog in them.
Playoff de muerte súbita.
Como que eso no tiene ningún tipo de sentido.
They were too predictable.
Un hincapié para otra situación.
La diferencia es que
We be about it too.
Yeah.
Don't get that twist.
Thank you for joining. My name is Nolo Boy, founder of We Call Sport Podcast, which our goal is to analyze each sport and share our personal opinions. But before we start, here you have a QR code where you can subscribe to our different programs. Currently, we have 5 programs, 2 on English, 3 on Spanish. Don't worry, we're bilingual. If you want to join a Spanish program, we are just to you, okay? So on Mondays, in English, We Call Golf, I'll be joining Miguel to discuss the latest on the world of golf. On Tuesday, in Spanish, We Call Sport Puerto Rico, Jay Salas will talk about sports in the island of Puerto Rico. On Wednesdays, in English, We Call Football, I'll be joining Hush X or special guests to bring you a week-by-week matchups until we get to the Super Bowl. On Thursday, in Spanish, the main cast, We Call Sport Podcast, I will be joining G.I. Josh and Jandy to talk about MLB, NBA, and boxing. On Saturday, in Spanish, We Call Wrestling, the team of G.I. Josh, DJ, Jay Salas, and Hush X will bring you the latest and greatest on the world of wrestling. Hit like and share, and remember, we don't talk about it, we be about it.
And we don't talk about it, we be about it. Let's go once again. You already know what's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. What happened? Y'all missed us? Y'all missed us over there? Y'all missed us? I did. I missed y'all. Y'all know what's the deal. What you think, Hush? They missed We Call Football? I think they did.
I think they didn't miss us because we always around.
Yeah.
But I think they miss We Call Football. I mean, and I can hear them in their house being like,
It's Sunday.
The boys are back.
Yo, all day, every day. The boys are back. As
The
always,
boys are back.
Nolo Boy hashtag Red Cup. You already know who it is. I'm always with my Red Cup. You already know what's the deal. And this time is with my boy Hush X. What's up, Hush X? How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. I am glad that we are finally in the NFL draft. We're getting a little bit closer to finally our NFL season because, God, man, I hate people saying that baseball is the best sport on the planet. Man, I'm sorry, but there is no excitement better than. There's no excitement better. And you talking about baseball, and there it goes, huh? There it goes.
Who's that? So who we got already in there? We got somebody in there? All right. No. Whoa. That sound is ESPN. Something came in anyway. But yes, today we got a couple things going on today. Obviously, we're going to be talking about the draft. It's the most important thing right now, going the hottest thing. It's actually tomorrow. I believe it's at 8 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken, out there from Lambeau Field. Okay, so we're going to be talking a little bit about some topics here and there. But first, we got to go with our sponsors, the ones that pays the way for us to be here, the ones that always with us, that don't leave us, and always encouraging us to move forward with them. All right, so let's go with Escape to Paradise. Let's go and move it.
Escape to Paradise, Puerto Rico. Your adventure starts here.
where we offer half and full day charters to the islands of Icaco, Palomino, Vieques, and Culebra. Leaving from Fajardo, our 20-foot Stama boat has a bathroom, radio, and fresh water. Super comfortable for a full day. All tours can accommodate up to 6 people, and each of our tours includes beverages and snacks, except the full day that offers a full meal. We are known for our customer service and unforgettable experience. Enjoy the chance to snorkel and swim on the most beautiful beaches of our islands. Half-day charters offers you 2 schedules, 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. or 1:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. and this only visits Icacos and Palomino Islands. The full day charter prices may vary depending of destination. To see our availability, go to escapetoparadisepr.com. Click on book now and search by date. We only work by reservation. For other accommodations and more, please call 787-516-1025 or you can write us an email at escapetoparadisepr@gmail.com. Escape to Paradise, Puerto Rico, proud sponsor of We Call Sport podcast.
Yes, sir. That's Escape to Paradise. If you go into the island on vacation in Puerto Rico, please let them know that We Call Sports sent you via We Call Football, and they're gonna give you a quick discount in there, and they're gonna treat you right. You already know what's the deal. So holla at your boy, east side of Puerto Rico, take you all the way to the island. Y'all seen the commercial, y'all seen the food, y'all seen the great view. Y'all know what's the deal. Hey, Hush, what's the number? Can you repeat the number again?
787-516-1025.
Hey man, just make it happen. Call him and hit him up. Tell him We Call Sports sent you. You already know what's up. Before we continue on this one, just want to put a couple of things out there for you guys to understand. The structure of the NFL draft starts obviously tomorrow, 8:00.
Mm-hmm.
However, there is 7 rounds into the whole draft. Okay, so each round consists of 32 players, and the last player on the 7th round is considered Mr. Irrelevant.
Mr.
Okay,
Irrelevant.
all right. So
which let's be honest, in the last couple of years has become very relevant, if I may ask.
Yes, it's not. It's for a reason they say it, but actually that person can make a difference in any teams. Yeah,
don't believe me. Don't believe me. Ask San Francisco.
Yep. Go to San Francisco, the 49ers. They love old boy. Okay, so
they love Mr. Irrelevant.
They love Mr. Irrelevant out there. Definitely, they love it out there. But hey, want to put some breaks around here, Hush, because the hottest thing to talk about right now, and it seems that every time they open up the draft, specifically 2025 NFL draft, and a specific name comes around every single time it comes up. It reminds me of Bronny
James.
Yeah,
Bronny James. Yes.
It reminds me a tiny bit of Bronny James. So, with no further ado, let me tell you guys what I'm talking about right quick. We call football. You already know what's the deal. They always talking about Shedeur Sanders. Every time we talk about the NFL draft, his name, it is everywhere. Before I bounce past the ball to Hush, and Hush goes and tier 1 on Sanders right quick. Please take it easy on Sanders. That's all I'm going to tell you.
No.
Take it easy on Sanders. That's my boy. That's my boy right there. Don't be shaky. Don't be shaky on it. Go ahead and make it happen. All right. So Hush.
Fake time.
Hush. Where do you think Shedeur Sanders is gonna end up, and why?
I've always said. I remember months ago I was saying that he should not be in the position that he was in. I knew that eventually teams were gonna correct themselves, and I think they overcorrected, and I think he's falling a little too low. Right now, he's not predicted to not even be top 15. There is a slight pick that maybe New Orleans may pull the trigger on it in number 9. But considering that we were talking about him like one or like literally 1A and 1B with Cam Ward a couple of months ago, it's a huge drop off. It's literally just
Hey, but I think
um
the reason for that,
Mhm.
before I'm sorry to jump in.
No, it's
The
all right.
reason for that one is because Carr supposedly re-injured himself or something like that. So the Saints are trying to go a different route now because it's gonna take some time for Carr to come back. That is what they say out there.
They have the backup quarterback. They don't really need Shedeur
This-
Sanders.
I forgot the name of the dude from
I,
Arkansas. I bring it up. I got it. I got it.
You got it. Okay.
Mhm,
I think
mhm.
I had his name. Like I was literally researching this, like literally just about 30 minutes ago. They have not given him a chance, and I'm sorry. I rather with as many holes as the New Orleans Saints have, really shooting at number 9 on Shedeur Sanders. I don't think it's the correct call. To be honest, I think Shedeur Sanders is going to end up number 21 with the Steelers.
To the Steelers?
Yeah, I think he's
Okay.
gonna. I think he's gonna end up number 21 with the Steelers.
Okay.
Let's be honest. Shedeur Sanders' specific archetype, it's becoming less and less popular in the league. We're talking about the Geno Smiths of the world, the Brock Purdy's of the world. Although Brock Purdy is in the higher end of that archetype, but basically we're talking about just game managers.
By the way, the name of the backup quarterback for New Orleans is Spencer Rattler, and he was not Arkansas. He was from South Carolina University.
So they just give Rattler a chance. What's the worst that could happen? You, if he works out, he works out. You win. If he doesn't, then you lose, and you just end up exactly in the same place next year, maybe in a better place because next year's quarterback class is going to be a little bit better than this one. Because let's be honest, this one is name brand recognition only.
Okay.
Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward are basically just the top 2 prices. Besides that,
I'm picking up what you're putting down right now. So just want to let you know, I like where you're going with Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
I think if indeed he end up being a Steeler, I think he has what it takes to be a Steeler. Like he has the demeanor he has. In the interview, I remember this in the interview, he came out of there really happy because he felt like he was talking to his dad, right? Because the same expectations, the same vocabulary, or however you want to put it out there, right? He felt like he was talking to his dad, literally, because his dad talks to him all like that all the time. So he felt like he felt comfortable with Mike Tomlin. Who doesn't feel comfortable with Mike Tomlin? Come on now. But it is.
I don't have Mike Tomlin as high as regard as you do.
Oh my God! Don't do
I
this.
think
don't take me that route, please. Don't do it.
No. I just think that he falls within what I call a playoff margin. He's basically a guy that is always in the playoffs, but is never.
Let me tell you what happened with him before, and I know exactly. I know where you're going. Hush. Let me stop you because I know where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great regular season coach. He makes it in the playoff, and he's a first thing bounce out. Got it. I got that. I got it. You know what I mean? I can be a little bit like in fault to him. He fell in love with Russellberger. I forgot the name of
another burger.
Yeah, another burger, whatever. All right, he fell in love with him. Mike Tomlin fell in love with him, and they run him all the way through. Okay, like until there was nothing left. All right, and then the problem with them was that Rudolph was the backup, and he wasn't ready. And then they made a couple.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, Big Ben. So they had Big Ben. He rolled Big Ben to the fullest. So he's in fault for that because he wasn't. He felt comfortable with him. So I don't need to draft. I don't need to build somebody behind him. But whenever they was counting on Rudolph, he went down the drain. Then the other guy from Pittsburgh. Now he's in the Cleveland. I forgot his name. He's quarterback.
Mitch. No, not Mitch Trubisky.
Oh my God.
Kenny Pickens.
Kenny Pickens. He was drafted. He's local from Pittsburgh University. He got
Small hand Pickens.
Small hand Pickens. Yes. So I remember that time in the draft. They were clowning him for that. That makes no sense. But
I mean,
it is
okay. It does make sense in the sense, like physically, you need to be able to hold the ball, and having big hands is part of it. It's like when you say, oh, a tall quarterback or a short quarterback.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Kyler Murray does not see its receivers unless he's out of the pocket. Why do you think he always runs out of the pocket?
Yeah.
How are you going to see your receivers over a tower of just six, five people?
Even Drew Brees was like that, and he was a killer. You know what I'm saying? He's a Hall of Famer, point blank. Okay, so and not saying that Murray is a Hall of Famer by far. He needs a lot to go, but
well, which by the way, also just an advice to Brock Purdy. I know he doesn't watch this, but if you would ever to watch this, just to stumble about this, just shut up, bro. Don't stop saying stuff that might hurt you when you're about to sign a multi-million-dollar contract. Why would you say that 40% of the time you don't even see your receivers, you just throw the ball and pray to God that they catch it?
Purdy, stuff like that, you just put it in your backpack, dude. Don't take it out unless somebody asks you. Like somebody cares about asking you, okay? So going back to Shedeur Sanders, all right? So I feel like Mike Tomlin and him is a perfect match, right? I think he's a perfect Steeler product, all right? However, me personally, I don't think he's gonna last until the 21st.
You don't think so?
No.
Who do you got him?
I think he going to that Lone Star, to the Dallas Cowboys. I'm telling you, he's gonna be with them boys.
The Cowboys just traded for a quarterback.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm telling you right now.
I mean, I wouldn't put it over Jerry. I wouldn't put it over Jerry Jones though. But you know,
I won't be surprised if Shedeur Sanders end up being with the Cowboys. I highly want him to go. I'd rather him go into the Steelers because I think he fits better there than anywhere else. However, don't be surprised if they come out they actually come out there and make it. So
let me actually check something.
Once again, watch out. So talking about Shedeur Sanders, I want to address this right now because I'm so pissed about this and I'm trying to keep my voice down. Because the whole house is about to go to sleep here in a couple seconds. But listen, man, for everybody that's talking crap about this kid right here, all right, this kid right here, Shedeur Sanders, everybody talking crap about him, bro, let me give you an advice. Shut the hell up. All right, shut the hell up. Reason why is because you're going to be one of those, going to be talking all that shit. And then whenever this kid right here starts playing good, you will be giving his props and praising him. All right. So you can't judge him because you haven't seen him in the pro level yet. So give him some time and let's see. Afterwards, then you go out there and get it.
I think it comes with the territory. You just mentioned Bronny, which is a very solid example.
Okay. Example of Bronny. Hush. You cannot tell me. You cannot sit here and tell me that he's ready to go NBA.
No. Okay, but
straight face. Straight face.
No. But think about it this way also.
Okay.
Bronny wasn't picked. It wasn't predicted to be picked top 10 in the draft, and never in his career.
No.
So
true.
You know, we're going from 55 in the NBA, which would be in the NFL draft, will be like bottom 6 round.
Yeah.
bottom 6
Showish,
round,
yeah,
early
yeah,
7
sure.
rounds.
Yeah, around there, yeah. Let's
Oh,
do second round. Let's do second round. Just do
second
round.
round, third round.
Okay. Yeah.
I would put it more in third round. Let's just say bottom third round compared to first round. So that's I'm not saying it's a one-on-one comparison. It's not. But I think it's just what I mean is like it's always gonna come with the territory because you're the son of a legend. So and also, and which is I always said this is a mistake. He has let a lot of his personal things when it comes to his relationship out in the public, and he has become a very controversial player to talk about, to the point that that is one of the reasons why he has gone down the draft order. Because why? Because there are a lot of teams that are blue collar teams. They do not want the extra attention that comes with him.
But that's part of the territory. Now I say the same words as you said a minute ago. The reason why is because listen, Shedeur Sanders, his name by itself brings attention. He can be the perfect guy. He could be a Manny, one of those quiet ones, and do the things and make it happen. Say all the right things.
He could,
right?
He could literally stay quiet, not even saying a word the rest of his life, just because of his last name.
Yes, just because of his last name, they're gonna be on top of him. Okay, that's number one. Number two, your dad too, talking on top of everything, right? That's putting more pressure on you. But however, that's your dad. You already know how your dad is. Hell, the world knows how your dad is. Okay, so once again, like all I'm saying is stop talking shit about this kid, right? And because in a couple months, if this kid comes up and they're gonna
have to eat it. They're gonna have
to eat it. They're gonna have to eat it. All right. So once again, give him time. All right. You don't know if he's NFL ready. Shoot, look at old boy Darnold from Seattle right now. He whenever he came in the Jets, he was struggling all the way around. Then all of a sudden he goes to the Panthers, mess up. He goes backups everywhere. So now
it's like the same thing. It's like the same thing happened with Geno Smith.
Again, look at Geno. Now he got a big contract with the Raiders.
But if you look at Sam Arnold and if you look at Geno Smith, they also fall on the same category as Shedeur Sanders. They are basically their game managers, which when I mean game managers, I don't mean it like they are not capable of doing extra plays. I'm not saying that. It's just that they're rather just basically stay in the pocket and pass the ball and manage the game rather more than, for example, a Lamar Jackson, which would actively always attacking and always constantly looking for openings regarding games.
There's a couple things with Sanders. All right. He number one, he extends plays with his legs. All right. That is a big plus. All right. One thing that they were talking about him that sometimes he doesn't pass the ball on time or as the play goes, right? So if the play is a short pass in through the middle, he waits,
passes the route.
Yeah, he goes and waits until the route the middle route is almost to the end to then make the pass. Okay, so little stuff like that. But you don't understand. What if you're running for your life and you can't make that pass? What if you're running to extend the play? So all this stuff, like whenever they call a play, the offensive coach wants you to run the play how it's supposed to be run, not to extend every other play and make something happen out of nothing. All right. So that was one of the biggest complaints about Sanders. But however, I like that he can improvise and make it happen. I like that. I'm a big fan of Shedeur Sanders. I'm telling you right now.
To be honest, I'm not biased on Shedeur.
And now I am going to be in his corner because the hate that he's getting is not because of him. It's just because of his background. You know what I'm saying? Because and I get where you're going, Hush. You are totally right on some of the stuff that is coming out that is personal business, putting it out there. Ladies and gentlemen, whenever you're an athlete, first thing you got to teach him that I don't know if his dad got him, sit him down and kind of talk to him, and then he just came one ear and left the other. But personal personal stuff, don't put it out there. Ain't nobody. We don't want to know about it. We want to know about what you're gonna do in the field every Sunday now. Okay, Sunday, Monday, Thursday, whatever the hell the game is gonna be at, right? So just anything that is personal, keep it to yourself, man. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Did people ask for you? Don't worry about that. That's not your. Just tell them that's not your concern. That's my personal life. That's it. You keep talk to me about football and what I'm doing to get better. That's it. That's all the questions I'm asking.
Yeah, and
answering.
Yeah, and also apart from that, and also start getting better friends, bro. To be honest, now I feel like he listens to a lot of, instead of listening to like people like his dad that have actually, have been there, have done that.
Yeah,
he constantly. I feel like sometimes he listens to the wrong people and it's doing a lot of incorrect stuff. He's not doing egregious stuff. Let's be honest. We're not talking about he's
illegal
not
stuff or nothing like that.
He's not being a John Moran. He's not being no.
Yeah.
But he's also not doing the correct stuff. Sometimes it's just better to stay quiet than to open your mouth and give people the doubt if you're actually who you are.
Let your play talk.
Yeah,
that's it. That's all you need to focus on.
So, and I feel, again, nothing's gonna change my mind when it comes to this. I feel like that's part of the reason why his dad constantly talking, the constant reminder of the Sanders name that has turned off a lot of NFL GMs. And because if they think about it this way, also you're also, as a GM, you're also exposing yourself as you could get fired. Because imagine you draft him, he doesn't work out. The media is not gonna be like, "Oh, he was a bust." The media is gonna be like, "Oh, you didn't build the correct team around him." So that goes on a blowback to you as a GM. For example, if people are like the Patriots, who right now the GM is like literally struggling for his life to keep his job, he's not going to be like, okay, he's not gonna be wanting to be like, oh, let me take that risk because if he doesn't work out, it's on me.
Yeah, it's too much of a gamble for him right now.
It is.
So, and let me tell you something. Whenever you are in the draft, right, and you are the top 5, let's say you top 5, right, and your top 5, you have to get the best player available. It is not about what your needs are. No, man. Who is that player that has the it already? Okay. All right. Ask Myles Garrett in Cleveland Browns. Ask them. Okay.
That's Aaron Donald.
Yeah. So listen, you have to go with the best player. Point blank. Even if you do need that position or not, you're a top 5 team drafting. You need to get that player that is you will never find another one like that ever again. Point blank. Okay. So to concur, to close out the Shedeur Sanders conversation, I'm with you, Hush. I think he should be going to the Steelers. However, I don't see him making it to the Steelers.
Well, one quick thing, because you mentioned it was the Cowboys. I would not be surprised if Pittsburgh trades for the 11th pick.
Oh yeah.
Think about it this way.
I won't be surprised if they if they trade for the top 10 pick with the Bears.
I
won't be surprised. Just want to let you know. Won't be surprised.
That would be that would depend. But I think like also San Francisco would not mind, like, okay, just giving me a couple draft picks and just one good player and then just we're good to go. And also they screwed over the Cowboys, which inherently that just gives you an extra amount of.
But that's normal for a Cowboy fan these days. That's normal. Being screwed
but the whole NFL loves screwing the Cowboys. It just gives them extra pleasure. So.
Most of the time, it's Jerry himself. So we don't gotta do too much. We don't gotta do too much, anyways. So that's what the Cowboys fans are like going crazy about. So, once again, that's what we got. That's what we got with Shedeur Sanders. Just to let you know, we're gonna be talking about the top 10 picks in the draft, which are mine. and which ones are hush X. However, we have to talk about Shedeur Sanders because he's not within our top 10 picks. Okay, so it's unfortunate for him, but the teams are looking for other stuff right now. So in top 10 teams, they're not necessarily looking for a quarterback, but who never knows? All right, there's some predictions. Everything can change. Somebody can trade, like we were talking about now. Somebody can trade in and sweep him up because they want him. Okay, so but Shedeur Sanders, he needs to be in a place where there is a lot of media and there's gonna bring attention. Shedeur will put your team in the map. Everybody's gonna be coming out there to check you out. Okay, no matter he can go what he can go.
Like I said, he could go 9.
He can go. Well, I'm gonna talk to you about what possible place he could go. So, but let's go out there and start this, man. Let's go out there and start it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna jump to one of our sponsors right here, Quality Ventilations. Let's go.
Quality Ventilation, the industry-leading service that keeps your business moving. These certified professionals can install any system that caters your specific needs. Their commitment to superior service to ventilation, maintenance, HVAC, and electrical is second to none. With more than a decade of service around the U.S. and trusted by major companies, Quality Ventilation staff have the experience to deal with all the models of equipment and stay up to date with the latest in technology. If you wish to contact them, please do so by email or visit their website at qualityventilation.net. And remember, se habla español.
And remember, se habla español.
There you go. Hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, check Quality Ventilation. You know, best out there as far as electricity, whatever you got going on. You got to replace a motor. You got to double check your system. Hey, man, they do restaurants. They do business. Their main offices are in Killeen, Texas, but they travel anywhere. Just check them out there. Quality Ventilation. All right. So proud sponsor of what we call Sport Podcast. Once again, so like I spoke already, we're gonna be going out there here in We Call Football, talking about top 10 picks, and we're gonna be giving each other questions about what could happen here and there. Just to remind you guys, the draft this year will be the 2025 draft will be in Lambeau Field, the Mecca, okay? The Mecca of football. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Mecca. All right. Point blank. Been there, been to that stadium. Like every time I talk about the stadium, I go crazy because the stadium is old school. And actually, the owners of the team are the people. There's not one. Well, obviously, it's one representative, but it's owned by the people. All right. So this is one of those that are kind of unique teams. Okay. So by the way, I love Green Bay. Whenever I first started, I got to confess something to you, Hush. Whenever I first started watching football, I used to love Green Bay. I had a little crush on Green Bay. I didn't have no team. I wasn't a Atlanta Falcons fan, but I had a little crush on Green Bay. Just want to let you know. What you had?
Here's the thing. I think I've said this multiple times. I am a rehabilitated Cowboys fan.
Oh my God! You're the only one that woke up.
I was one of those. And as an avid Cowboys fans would tell you, we hate the Green Bay Packers. We hate them with a passion.
I love it because the Packers hate you guys too. Well, who doesn't?
It was with a passion. It was with a passion. I have not been a fan of the Cowboys for almost 15 years. But when that 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009 roll around, I was a big fan. I was a big Cowboys fan. Partly because of my cousin, because he was a Cowboys fan, so he just try to brought me into a culture, and we hated. Oh my God, I hate it. I love Green Bay so much. I hated Aaron Rodgers with a passion. I hated Brett Favre with an even greater passion than I hated Rodgers.
Yo, Favre and Rodgers, man, that's those top icons out there in Green Bay. He should come back for one day and just get his jersey retired. But it's all good about that. So let's go out there and talk about this 2025 draft. Let's go out there and cover the picks from 6 to 10. Obviously, me and Hush got our picks, so let's go out there and get it.
We call football.
And
All right, people, here we go. This is the top 10 picks for we call football. Nolo Boy and Hush X, we're gonna be talking about our top six to 10 right now. 6 to 10. So we start from the bottom, now we're here. All right.
started from the bottom, now we're here.
So and number 10, the Bears got this pick. And before I pass it to you and ask you about yours, Hush, this is where my instant and obviously reporters talking about what could happen, right? Reporters are talking about that maybe the Colts could trade for the Bears to get Shedeur Sanders. All right. Maybe the Steelers are going to be trading to the Bears. So that's telling me that the Bears are probably putting their pick out there and see what they can get out of this pick. Okay. So what do you think about the Bears trading their pick out? What do you think about that?
I mean, they have two options. They could trade their pick up with Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville will be willing to like trade just 5 spaces down and also get another draft pick, or they could trade like 1 or 2 spots more. To be honest, the Bears are in a very interesting space because they don't have like a specific like dire need.
Yeah,
but they could everything could also get better. So maybe if they could get something like a big package, which they can get a couple of established veterans plus a couple of good draft picks, they'll be willing to like part ways with their draft pick because if it benefits them. But right now I don't have them like trading. I have them staying put, and I have them drafting Mikael Williams, a defensive end from Georgia. I mean,
another Bulldog.
I mean, the Bulldogs are always the Georgia. Okay, Georgia football is always really good when it comes to prospects. They're always really good, solid players as long as they're not behind a wheel. So always use Uber, Georgia players, please. Always use. Make sure you're not behind a car, the wheel of a car.
Oh yeah, definitely. Whenever you travel around Georgia, they don't play around. Those cops stop you in a heartbeat. So
no, they don't. So just don't drink and drive. Just Uber is an option. And so, but yeah, I have Mikael Williams because, like I said, I have the Panthers drafting Jalen Walker.
So I got a Georgia Bulldog, but I got a different Georgia Bulldog too as well. So I got Jalen Walker, 6'2", 225 pounds. Dude is a beast this year as a starter. 36 tackles, 6.5 sacks while in his time out there this year. He was definitely a solid edge tackler. Middle line tackle. So listen, the Bears need more defense. I think they have focused a lot on offense and try to bring the offenses. Their offense has been terrible, and it's still a little bit terrible. We're not gonna lie about that. They need to they need to sign some wide receivers now that Allen left, and they need to develop a little bit more. However, they got my boy from Atlanta there, so now they get him. They concentrating a little bit more back to being the Bears, right? So that old Bears. So I concur
that good defense.
Yes, I concur with you on that. We both went with defense for the Bears.
Like I said, Jalen Walker will be a perfect fit for the Bears if the Panthers did not need him a little bit more, and they drafted him before. Also, let's be honest, Ashton Gianti, would also be a perfect fit for the Bears, but I just think that the Bears would have to trade up in order to get him. So I don't because I don't see Ashton Deontay like any way, shape, or form falling down to number 10. Hell no.
You don't
And
see him in
also,
there.
no, he if he passes pick 7, I will be amazed. As far as Mikael Williams, dude, he's 6'5", 260 pounds. He's just a big boy. He's a big boy to be
He got some good instincts too. Good. I like that pick.
Yeah,
I like it so much that I got him in another section, but
another
it's
section.
okay. Yeah, I got him in another section. So so talk to me about your number 9 pick.
My number 9 pick. Well, I got. Wait. I think I have the correct one.
Let me go ahead and jump ahead. I got Tyler Warren from Penn State. Honestly, the tight end position has been a non-factor for the Saints for almost since Graham left. So about almost like 5 to 6 years out there, and they need a solid tight end. Why not go with Tyler Warren, Penn State? Once again, 104 receiver, 104 catches, 1,200 yards, 8 TDs. Listen, this dude is built. It's not that he just started now. Even his junior year, he went out there and catch 34, 422. And check this out. Catch 34 passes, 422 yards. However, he had one less touchdown from the last year that he was more engaged. So he had 7 touchdowns on his junior year. His senior year, he had 8, but he had 1,200 yards and 104 catches. So I think he's a really, really good. And on top of that, he's a really big boy. This dude can 6'6", 249 pounds. Listen, this dude is moving people around. Okay. All right. And making catches and actually running pretty good. So I got Warren for them just to bring back to New Orleans that big boy tight end mentality. And also they like to run the ball so he can tackle as well. That's a duo tight end right there.
I mean, New Orleans has so many needs. It's
yeah.
Is that even funny?
But they need a quarterback too. So with all this,
no. But they do, but they also have more needs besides the quarterback.
Yeah.
Which again, they do not necessarily need a quarterback completely right now, because again, they have an unproven quarterback that you could give a chance to. Plus, you could also address a lot of the holes that you have with your team. That's why I selected Jihad Campbell out of Alabama. Linebacker, 6'3". Yeah, roll tide. 6'3", 244 44 pounds, 55 solo tackles, 5 sacks, 1 interception. I'm telling you, he's an all-around good linebacker. He's great instincts. He's awesome, and he's also a part of what New Orleans needs, because New Orleans needs to beef up that defense. Let's be honest, that defense sometimes is paper thin. So we need some toughness. We need a big boy. That's why I said Jahan Campbell. And also, since I'm already talking about my pick, let's just start talking about the guy that you selected for your 10th. I selected him for number 7, and it's Jalen Walker. What else could I say about him, man? Another Georgia dude. He's solid. He's awesome. 6'2", 245 pounds. I mean, dude, that's exactly what New Orleans Panthers need. Because let's be honest, I did not go for what it is the sexy pick for each team. I went for what each pick needs to pick.
Yeah.
Not like I want a quarterback. Let me just get Shedeur Sanders. No. We don't want sexy picks over here. We want winning football. So Jalen Walker, to the Panthers. Awesome pick. It would fit greatly with the Panthers. So I'll let you talk about your pick.
Well, listen, man. In my case, for those that live under a rock and don't know, Bryce Young was the number one pick for the Panthers. I think it was last year or the year before. They don't need a quarterback. All right, they don't need a quarterback. They just need to work with him a whole lot better. All right. Obviously, their defense sucked. I think it was one of the bottom 5.
Yes,
So
yes.
this pick makes a tons of sense. If you see mine is my boy from Michigan. So
Mason
it's Mason Graham, and made it all the way to number 7. This is a great, actually number 8. Yeah, number 8. So this is a great pick for the Panthers. All right, this defensive lineman, 3.5 sacks, 24 solo tackles. So he's a machine. Okay, he's a big boy, 320 and a 6'3" firm. So he's moving bodies around. Okay.
Yeah, so 24 solo tackles, 3.5 sacks.
Yeah,
So,
he's a beast. So it's crazy because you're gonna see that me and Hush, we kind of went for almost the same thing in the top 6, 10 picks, same position, different players. However, it's not same position, but same side, the defensive side for both of them, because we know that this Panthers defense has been sucking for a hot minute.
He's been. Let's be honest. A lot of the teams that are in the top 10, there is a reason why they're in top 10, and it's because their defense sucks.
Yep.
Ass.
With the exception of the Jets. And talking about the Jets, I think the Jets' problem was that their offense was really bad. It was horrible last year. So, and partly because they cannot protect the quarterback. So that's why I went with Simmons for Ohio State champion. You already know what's the deal. Them Buck guys, a lot of people hate him. I don't care. I'm not a Buck guy. I'm a Tar Heel fan, but it's okay with them. Simmons is a beast, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't seen Simmons, I highly suggest you guys have a quick look, because Simmons is a beast out there in Ohio State, taking out there, guarding that blind spot from the quarterback. So he will be taking care of my boy. I forgot his name now. Oh my god. From he was in the Steelers now. He's over here now in the Jets.
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. So he will be protecting Justin Fields out there if they decide to go with Simmons. However, we understand this, that Justin Fields is a mobile quarterback. He can move people around or whatever, but you got to give him time. Okay, you got to give him time. And Simmons is that guy that could protect the quarterback to make sure that happens. Okay, so what you think about? I see your pick out there, Membu. What you got about Membu, man?
I actually selected exactly the same reason. Membu. Man, the Jets need to beef up that offensive line. What better guy to get one of the best offensive tackles in the draft in Armin Membu, and give Justin Fields some breathing room and some time to basically play and not be running for his life the whole night. So that's why I selected Armin Membu. Great offensive tackle, great instincts. He's always pushing people. He was pushing people around. He's always was ready protecting his quarterback in college. So I think he has a skill set that would translate very well to the NFL. So that's why I have the Jets selecting him in this pick.
Yeah, and with my pick with Josh Simmons, 6'5", 317 pounds, arm length 33 inches, 10 hand size 10. Like, this is just humongous, man. So the crazy with all this, he's like only 22 years old, man. So this dude is huge for 22 years old. So
I mean, same thing could be said about Emma Bamboo. He's 6'4", 332 pounds, 33 and a half arm length, hand span 9.5 inches. He he in a 40-yard dash, he does a 491. So
Oh, that's all right. That's good too.
that's really good. So we're talking about big boys over here just protecting their quarterback. That's so we almost have like the same mentality. You just
Different
have
players.
different players. Yeah,
Different players on it. So, our next pick,
almost different players.
almost into the top until we get to the sixth pick. So in the sixth pick, I'm gonna pass the ball to you. Talk about Ashton right quick. So let me know why do you pick him and see if my pick is the same as your pick.
I mean, because he's the best running back.
Bro, do you have seen this dude? Like this dude is a build, bro. This dude is like a small tank, bro. Like and he put some crazy numbers at college too in yards.
Dude, I have the numbers right here. 374 carries, 2,601 yards, 29 touchdowns, an average of 7 yards per carry.
Yo, this dude is a beast out there in Boise State, breaking records like nothing. Like
dude, and
but let me tell you something.
The Raiders, they needed a quarterback. They had Geno Smith, so they have a better quarterback. They have a very decent offensive line. It could be a little bit better, but it's not bad per se. So with Ashton Gianti, dude, you're getting that much versatility. He can run with the best of them, and also that could feed up Geno Smith to just be again a game manager, which it's perfect for Raiders.
That dude is a tank, man. I seen him. Whenever I was doing my research, I seen him like physically, like, bro. I was like in pictures or whatever. I was like, yo, bro, if that dude looks big on pictures, that dude is big, point blank. Okay,
and
there's none.
He actually looks taller than he is. If I'm not mistaken, he's like 5'9", but you see him like right beside other people, and you think he's like 6'2", 6'3", because he's that big. He's just that built.
5'9", 250 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, and that dude can run over a building. You put a building, go over that damn building, and you don't care. That dude is a beast.
Have you seen the scene that Captain America is just running through the building?
Literally.
He doing the same thing.
Literally.
Running through walls, just like
yeah, and don't get him wrong. That he can catch the ball. You can put him in the right spot. He can make plays. And don't forget, he was a runner up for the Heisman last year. Okay. So he almost got the Heisman trophy out there.
In my opinion, he got stolen, but you know how it is.
Yeah, I know that. Lately, all these trophies are being like taken away from players. But we going that's another conversation for another day. But
Saquon, where's your MVP? That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Saquon, where's your MVP?
Yeah, it happens. It happens. It just happens.
I don't know.
But shout out to Genty. Shout out to the Raiders. Almost everybody has Genty going to the Raiders. Almost all this mock draft, everybody is going with him going to the Raiders. Now, with that being said, I think we could have a surprise on this pick. It should be. Don't get me wrong. You see what I pick. However, the connection with Tom Brady and Shedeur Sanders. I know that Geno just had a big contract. Shedeur can come in and start slowly integrating himself into it until the contract is done or whatever. Or so if something happens to Geno or whatever, you have Shedeur to back him up. Now,
the only way I can see that happening is if the Bears trade for number 5, they pick Ashton Gianti, and then the Raiders have no choice but to draft Sanders. Okay. That's the only way I see them going, and the media does not bury them by picking the sexy pick.
Yeah. But I truly thought for a minute that was going to happen when all the reports have come in, all the connection between the Deion Sanders and Shedeur Sanders with the Raiders, and Tom Brady has practiced with Shedeur Sanders and kind of
mean-
taught him a little bit of here and there about playing the
I mean,
position
we
in
could.
the NFL.
I mean, we could definitely also see it later down the draft. Maybe if he falls down, if he passes through the Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys, who
and the
knows?
Steelers.
And who knows? Maybe he goes to like in 16, 17. Maybe the Raiders trade for that pick, and then they can pick him, and they can get both Deontay and
Oh,
Sanders.
that would be sexy as hell. That would be good.
That would be.
good.
I would not even question. I'd be like, oh,
That makes sense. Makes total sense.
You got what you needed. You got the running back, and you also got the quarterback.
Yep. I definitely like it, but I definitely like the Raiders getting on Genty. Yep. I think that's the best pick right there for them. That's the correct pick to go about. So let's go ahead and move forward for the top 5 picks. Let's go and make it happen.
We call football.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, we're ready to talk about this 2 gentlemen right here. However, yep, I went on this one to the offensive side, and you went on this one to the defensive side. Why the Patriots make you think about adding more players to their defense?
My opinion.
Yeah,
My opinion is they need more. They need better offense. Okay. They need a better defense, I should say. They need the Patriots have always hang their head on defense. That's always been the Patriot culture. Sure, you've had Tom Brady, but let's be honest, Tom Brady, most of the times, he's always had great defensive teams beside him. So he has always done just enough to be a great offensive player without overexerting himself because he knows he has a good defense beside him. That is the Patriot way. I think Graham fits better. Membu, I would not even be mad because again, it's just one of those things. The Patriots have too many holes, too many issues in their team that they have both offense and defense to work on. So even if they draft Membu, I would not be surprised or not be shocked. But I have them drafting Graham. Like I said, for me, defense wins championship, and I think that you should prioritize defense over offense, unless again unless you're gonna draft in generational offensive talent, which I'm sorry to say this, but Membo is not that.
No. Oh, he's going for I'm going for the offense, right? But last year the Patriots was, if I'm not mistaken, overall defense was ranked 22 out of 32. So definitely the defense had some upgrades. Also, the defense, as far as in passing defense, was ranked as 23rd on defense. And then on the rushing, they were almost as bad as well with 23. So they're 22 overall rank as far as in defense last year. So it's a good pick for you. But I'm trying to go with the offense. The reason why is because you have a quarterback on Mayo that he's not a mobile quarterback. He's a pocket quarterback. Okay, so you need to protect him, and I feel like he was running for his life half of the time that he was there too as well. So either or, I can see where you are going with as far as in for as far as defense, and like you previously stated, they have multiple holes to actually fill. So going to offensive line or defense of line, there's no
wrong way.
There's wrong way on this one. But at one point to bring up the draft this year is more about the big boys in front. You're gonna have a lot of big boys on the defense and a lot of big boys in the offense that are gonna be drafted. we didn't pick no cornerbacks in the top 10, and there's tons of cornerbacks that are really good.
It's just that big boys rise up, man.
Yeah. Big boys this year.
We big boys. We big boys also need some love, bro.
Yeah, and people don't like talking about the big boys sometimes. They think it's boring, but they don't know what happens in front of those lines. In front of those lines, there's a psychology game going on, a swiping game going on, a move going on, spinning around. It's
you guys don't know the difference that it makes of having a great center to a decent center. Like a decent center can get you to a playoff. A great center can win you a Super Bowl. Yeah. Don't believe me? Ask Jason Kelsey.
Kelsey's the beast, a beast. So, moving to our number 4 pick, it is none other than Will Campbell. From the LSU. Obviously, offensive tackle as well. So
another big boy.
All right. At one point of whenever the draft begun, and we would start talking about people and what player here and there, they were saying that he probably could have been the number 1 pick. So he's a big boy. You know, he did his thing in LSU. Listen, anybody that comes from LSU, that's another program that is held to standards and can easily translate into the NFL, ladies and gentlemen. Alabama, LSU, AU, Georgia, definitely Georgia. You already seen like about 5 picks from Georgia right here, and we haven't even talked about the another edge rusher that they have, and another cornerback that they have too as well. So it's just they also
have the thing that they translate well.
Yes,
like it's not just a big school that doesn't translate picks. Georgia picks are for real.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is that my team, being in Georgia, my pro team being in Georgia, they don't like to draft from the Georgia Bulldogs. I don't get that.
But why? Because your team loves making bad decisions.
Yeah, I think they addicted to that. I think I gotta do one. I gotta do one every year. So
they get that itch. They're like, let me. It doesn't matter that I just
let me put up.
Let me just draft Michael Penix.
Yeah, let me pull a Jerry Jones right quick.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah, real quick. So hey, Will Campbell, 6'6", 223 pounds. Dude is, like I said, like we said, he's a big boy, proven. Total makes sense. As you can see, me and Hush have the same. And by the way, me and Hush, we didn't talk to each other about our picks, and it's crazy that we kind of have some of the picks the same. So it makes tons of sense. And then to the Jaguars too, that boy needs to be covered. Andrew, Trevor
Lawrence needs Will Campbell desperately.
Yeah. So it makes total sense.
They need to give Trevor some weapons. They need to give Trevor more, just please.
Yeah, definitely. So moving from the 4th pick to the 3rd pick, and this is where we part ways for a second.
We switch.
All right. So tell me why you got Abdul Carter, which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know Abdul Carter, in my opinion, he is the best player on the draft. Point blank, try to convince me. He is the best player in the effing draft. That's all I got to say. But go ahead. What you got in there?
I actually have Travis Hunter being the best player in the draft. The best versatile player.
Nah, that's different. Nah, that you see how you change that?
Versatile. No. Versatile. Okay, versatile. I said the best / most versatile player in the draft. He's
not the best, but he's more the
in my opinion, he's the best. Like, to be honest, the reason the Giants would draft him would just be because the top 2 picks would already be taken. To be honest, you got Carter on 2, Carter at 3. Let's be honest, Carter and Hunter are basically 2A and 2B. They are very neck to neck. I personally just like Hunter more for the Cleveland Browns because they need, apart from the fact that he has again he could be both be used in the defense and the offense, they need a better receiver than the ones that they have.
You think he's gonna be? You think they're gonna let him play both sides in the pros?
They should. Okay.
They should.
They should. Okay. Hear me out. I didn't invent this. There was an ESPN analyst. I do not remember his name right now. He was saying that for Travis Hunter to actually be great, he needs to play both defense and offense. Here's what he means. Travis Hunter is a good / great wide receiver. But what makes him special is also he has that defensive side. If you take one of those away, you're basically stripping like 50% of what makes him special.
Okay.
Even if you want to preserve them, which it is a very valid concern, because you don't want to destroy the kid within three years of his career. You want him to have a long span. At least at the beginning, let him try in both offense and defense to see which one he thrives better on. So that way you keep him in that position. But at least at the beginning, I would just let him play both sides. Just to give him that, just to let him experiment. What if he's great in both sides? What if we have like a weird, like Shuhei Otani type of thing which he can do both defense and offense?
I mean,
we would never know.
There's no issue with that, but he will learn quick that he's facing grown men. He will know quickly that okay, I gotta stop doing this, because if I keep doing through this path, I might get hurt, and then now I cannot play both sides. Period. Yeah. So I got him with the New York Giants, and I got him as a receiver. I don't have him as a cornerback. I'd rather have him as a receiver with the Giants. However, I understand if they would like to, because guess what? The Giants are not going nowhere. So if you want to give him a try, you can give him a down and
neither are the Browns. And neither are the Browns.
And neither are the Browns too. That's true. So why not maybe give him a third down to get the offense out of there, just to cover the corners. You know what I'm saying? So he would have chances. Definitely either or team that he goes with, they will give him a chance to go and do it. Now, it's not going to happen every down. It's not like he's going to finish. He's going to finish the offense and then go back out there with defense.
No, I think he would. I think what would help him is just basically at the beginning them picking their spots. Like he could just play defense in certain schemes, and maybe he could thrive on that, and maybe he could get his feet wet a little bit, and maybe he can find out it's like, I don't like the defense as much.
Yeah, no. Let me concentrate on offense, because then this is what is gonna make me the most money, right?
Yeah.
So and it hurts less, whatever. Or my career is not gonna be short, not hurt, right? But my career is not gonna be shortened by a bad tackle or an incident or whatever. Which it can happen any play. I get you, but if you are less time in the field, it means that you're gonna have chances of getting hurt.
Also, wear and tear is a very real thing. So it's not the same you playing one down. Its amount of downs per quarter than actually being the whole quarter, the whole time playing. It's your career is gonna get shortened significantly.
Bigger, better players and faster players than him playing one position has gotten hurt, and they will never be the same. So
Le'Veon Bell.
Yep. There's a couple of them in there. All right. So I don't recommend it, but if you want him to try it just to figure out where the path he want to take, I get that. There's no issues on that. That makes sense.
I would do it. Like you don't even have to do it like in the same game. You can play him just like have him like one on offense one game and then on defense on the other game.
Quarterback, put him in a zone, put him in a zone, and then put him for third down, and then let him jump the route and have his instinct take over because his instinct is outstanding as a hunter. Now, going to my second pick, Carter. Why do I have him in the Cleveland Browns? Ladies and gentlemen, like I just told you, he is the best player in this draft. And just to imagine that this big human being that like his neck is like from here, from his shoulders up. I don't know if you've seen the neck on this guy. Like this neck on
he has like Derrick Henry dimensions.
Yo, he got some neck like I've never seen a neck like that. That's white as hell, bro. It's like he has at least a 22-inch neck. It's just
you know what his shoulder and neck reminds me of? Like a prime Brock Lesnar when he just came out in 2002. He was like freaking huge. He had like his arm and his like muscles are just like coming from here. It looked like an anime monster.
Bro, but the thing with him is that his neck comes straight up, bro. Like there's no curve, right? This dude can
straight
tackle,
up,
man.
just
this dude, this dude hits you. He's crazy, and he's a linebacker. He's hitting those holes out there in Penn State. Like it was amazing. People get mad because they compare him a lot to Micah, Michael Parsons out there in Dallas. He gets a little bit ticky about that, but the same guy went to the same college as you. You're built almost like him. You play just like him too, as well. Your style of play mimic each other.
Although I see a little, I don't mean this as an insult to Aaron Donald.
Yeah,
but I see a little Darnold in Carter.
Yeah,
he has very. I think he could be way better than Michael Parsons.
I think he's bigger than Michael too, and he's more athletic than him too as well. So I think that's what takes him around. So also in college, I heard he was extremely disciplined. He was the type of guy that he had like a specific routine, and you could not like get him out of that routine, which that translates incredibly well to a professional level. And just to think that I got Myles Garrett in the front, and this dude in the back as a linebacker. Looking at them, bro, that defense is gonna be out of this world. So once again,
I didn't think of that. That's actually
just to let you know, man, that defense is gonna look really, really good with those two crazy dudes in the back just barking at you and letting you know what the hell is the deal. All right, even as a rookie, he's not gonna look like a rookie out there, ladies and gentlemen. If you think that he's gonna look like a rookie, it ain't gonna happen. Something that Carter is going to, and I can guarantee you this, he's gonna be ready for that first game. Okay, now moving from this to the same pick that we have and almost everybody had, which it's not even worth it to actually mention, is Cam Ward going out there to the Tennessee Titans. This is a no-brainer. Tennessee Titans have been horrible in the quarterback position. Just to give Tannehill all that money I don't know how you get Tannehill all that money. I don't think he even put numbers for him to get that money. So actually, no.
In their defense, no. In their defense, the year that they gave him that contract, he and Derrick Henry took the Titans to a second round of the playoffs, and they were one play away from being almost up there and almost being to a Super Bowl. So it is understandable that specific year after that performance, you would give him a contract.
So listen,
because that was an anomaly year for Tannehill. That was an anomaly year.
You said it. 1 year.
That was an anomaly year. But
that doesn't make it. He came from Miami. Listen, from Miami, and you can ask any Dolphin fan. They were sending letters to Tennessee saying thank you letters out there to Tennessee. They were sending flowers. They were sending everything out there saying thank you for taking them.
But think about it this way: you put him in a new system, you put him in a new scheme. He thrives on it, and he takes your team farther than your team has been in the last 10 years. Obviously, you're going to think, okay, maybe he is the guy. Let me just take a gamble on it. I'm not saying it was the correct move. I'm saying, like, hindsight is being 2020. And during that time, the contract didn't look as bad as it does look today.
I can't critique him too much because we just gave $100 million to Kirk Cousins. So I can't go as deep as I want to, but
only to draft Michael Penix.
yeah. So I don't want to really want to talk about this that much. All right. But however, I see that Tennessee has a struggle because after Tannehill, they drafted Mariota. After Mariota, they put Lewis in there.
The Mayo man.
I just don't know. I don't know what they got going on, man, in Tennessee. However, I think Cam Ward can bring stability to that position and they can actually build around him and keep moving it forward. They have Pollard as a running back. I think he's still there. They have some weapons. They have some key weapons here and there. The defense was pretty good as well. It was up there for like more than half of the season. It was up there as the top 5 defense out there. So inside of the top 5 defenses overall in the NFL last year. So I believe that Tennessee Titans is doing the right deal and is the right thing by just confirming it. They shouldn't take Shedeur Sanders because that market in Tennessee is too small for Shedeur. Just straight up, that's the way it goes.
Not only that, to be honest, I don't think Shedeur Sanders is a good fit for Tennessee. He really isn't.
Nah, I don't see him in there. I really don't.
So even scheming wise, he's not a good fit. I think Cam Ward is going to thrive. Hopefully, they will try to protect him and bring him some weapons and try to build around him. And let's just say this, if it doesn't work out, the Titans will be exactly in this position next year.
It will be all right.
And they will draft another quarterback. Will be fine.
We are not expecting too much from you guys. So it'll be all right. Okay? It'll be all right. So what? Well, we're going to be – that's our top 10 right now. We're going to talk about our particular team's pick. So let's go out there and get that out of the way and make it happen. All right? Let's go.
We call football.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me talk about my dirty birds right quick. Well, don't want to keep you holding out here. All right. So once again, the Falcons can score at anybody in the NFL. We all know this. They can score against anybody. They can put numbers up. The problem is they cannot stop a fly from getting to their food, a mosquito from getting to their skin and biting them. We cannot stop nobody. But this year we have been addressing more the defensive side, and we can see a light at the end of the tunnel, right? So I'm extremely positive of where we're going, and we will be drafting a defensive player. Which one it will be? I'll tell you my personal opinion. It should be the Georgia Bulldog, Michael Williams. All right, edge rusher out there, and out of the Georgia Bulldogs roam. Now, once again, we have to look into our Georgia Bulldog University right there and stop going around and going like crazy. Okay, there's a quarterback as well in adjoining. I forgot his name. It starts with an E. That quarterback that is really calling, is really interesting. It won't be no issue if we go to that cornerback as well. No issues at all. As long as we have a defensive player to build our defense better for next year. I'm extremely focusing on them, what they doing on defense. Now, the offensive coordinator already have the warm and fuzzy, right? Actually, the defensive coordinator as well. So I think one got fired. So good for him. Thank you for coming. Now on the defensive side, coordinator got fired. So now we got the Jets quarterback Ahima, something like that. It's called the Jets interim head coach for last year. Now he's with us. Really close friend with Morris as well. So he will be turning in the wrenches in the defense. So our defense should be looking tons of better. So from being a bottom defense or a mid-tier defense, we should be at least, and I'm asking a lot, but we should be around the top 10 defense. So that's what I got. We got Michael Williams from the University of Georgia. So I think we can actually use that edge rusher since we need to go ahead there and press the other team's quarterback since the first, I think it was 6 games. We only had like 4 sacks. We were dead last. There were players that had more sacks than our whole entire team last year. So it was horrible. So we need to go and tackle and get to the quarterback and make sure that we get that sack. So that's my pick for this year for the Atlanta Falcons. It should be a defensive player. It will be great if we get Michael Williams, all right, from the University of Georgia. So that is for me. That's what I got. So any issues concerned with that? Hush. You're mute. You're mute.
Sure, I'm sure. I knew that. So I was just checking to see if you were paying attention. In my opinion, yeah, you basically hit it spot on. The defense needs help, and I just pray to God that Michael Penix was not a 1-year wonder for you guys.
Oh hell no. Don't even bring that up. Don't you dare bring that up, man. Not now. All right, so let's go out there and talk about your Detroit Lions. Let's go out there and make it happen.
We call football.
People, welcome to the kingdom. Yeah. Welcome to the kingdom, people. Last year was a bit of a disappointing. It ended a little bit disappointing, I should say. It was a great year for us. Our offense was thriving. Our defense was decent. But I still feel that before we could start working on building that defense, we still need to keep that offense, going. And since Kevin Sittler is gone, just to make sure that we keep that offensive line really beefy, we keep that, make sure that offense is not dropped, because we're not gonna recreate our defense like from one day to another. I feel like we should draft the big boy, Tyler Booker,
okay,
from Alabama. Roll Tide.
Oh, roll Tide.
6'5", 325. I'm talking big guard, big boy. That's what we need. So Tyler Booker, pick 28. We're really high in the draft, so beggar can't be choosers, to be honest.
Okay.
And he does fit our scheme. He's a big boy. Number 28, I feel like he could have a lot of upside. I'm not saying he's gonna be like stellar level, but really good, really solid, really good role player for years to come. And man, this offense is only going to get better. I feel like defense, since this is a very defensive oriented draft, defense could be targeted in the later rounds. So yeah, that's what I have. My Lions drafting. I'm seeing my Lions going to a Super Bowl next year and beating your Falcons.
Hey man, I wish we can make it happen. I wish we can,
Dude,
get there. So whenever we get there,
if that were to happen, oh, this podcast will go crazy.
Yeah, we will go crazy. We'll go crazy. So yeah, I got no issue with it. I don't see any issues, especially whenever your defense is getting back Hutchinson back. So and they made that trade with Green Bay. So as well. So I think your defense is gonna be good. I would have went more defense than offense because you guys are stacked on offense. But I understand where you come from. You're gonna always go up, never go down, right? Kind of deal.
Yeah. And like I said, it's just I wish we could sustain. We gotta just not let Kevin Sittler go, and just maintained or maintaining our offense exactly as it was, but because there's some gaps in it, my fear is that I don't want our offense to go down. Because if our offense goes down, then what good is us getting better on defense?
I believe that your team, since the head, the offensive coach and the defensive coach are new, right? Relatively new. There's some, I think the defense one side has been with the team before or something like that.
Yeah,
but
and also offensive coach, offensive coordinator. They both we signed in from in-house.
Yeah, they need to let a bit marinate, let the players hear them a little bit more, see their schemes and what they want to do. I think it was going to take a couple first weeks. Like I would say about the first 3 weeks, they'll be good to go by the 4th or 5th week and be ready to roll. But that's still, you still need to see how that looks like.
Yeah, and also Tyler Booker is like just to mitigate that, just to make sure that our offense does not fall completely flat. So just to make sure that we have our space, we have big size, because our big boys always do what they have to do, and Dan Campbell is a mad genius when it comes to big boys. They're using big boys as receivers, so
Yeah. It's the train is coming. The train is coming, man. Y'all going crazy out there with the place. So that concludes for Detroit line. Which number of pick they have?
Number 28.
Number 28. Okay, the Atlanta Falcons have number 15. So we will see what we got going on this. So with this concludes our show, but we gotta go to the main slide. So let's go. We call football. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us. Hush, a couple words of encouragement.
I don't even know what to say, since J. Josh wants to be funny on Sundays and be like, oh, he says a lot of inspirational stuff. I'm sorry that I say inspirational stuff. I'm sorry I say that. No, I'm just messing. I'm just people, like I've always said, tomorrow is a hope, never a promise. Just take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, take care of everybody that you love. Don't let a basically not a non-permanent problem become a permanent solution. Do not do that. If there is a solution, it will happen. Do not look for a permanent solution. It's never worth it. Rewrite your history. Don't let anybody tell you what to do and what not to be. If you're gonna climb a hill, you're not just gonna climb a hill. You're gonna climb the toughest hill, the biggest hill. So, anything else? It's on you. Nothing left to say, Nolo?
All right, appreciate it, Hush, for being here today. Just if you're looking for a sign, ladies and gentlemen, this is the sign right here. Don't do it. Your life is a whole way better. A lot of people love you more than what you probably think. Okay, so if you're looking for that sign, this is it right here. Okay, thank you for being with us at We Call Sport Podcast. This is We Call Football. Tomorrow we're going to be watching it. We're going to be making opinions. If you're watching this recorded already, just you can send us messages through here. We can check them out. Any share or like would be greatly appreciated as well. We would love to keep bringing you content. So right now, this will be next Wednesday. We will come out.
Yes,
Wednesday.
With the bragging rights to see who got the best,
who got it right. Points. Yeah, who got it right, who got it wrong, right? And also just to close out, and from that point, we will come back around July-ish. Whenever we start back training camp and all that comes back into play. And then we will talk a lot better about what's coming on. The schedules should be out by then. We're going to be talking about the schedules too as well. So just please, next week, expect We Call Football. And I know that you expect We Call Football every week. But whenever the season is not going, it's just we don't got nothing to talk about unless they're making some signature signing people here and left and right.
Also, I'm gonna put you a bit on the spot, boy. What's going on with We Call Soccer, man?
Oh, the We Call Soccer is getting prepped, man. It's getting prepped. We're in the last steps. The Champion League is running, so I just gotta make sure that my team is ready to go, and we're gonna be coming out here on Tuesdays at 9:00 with We Call Soccer. It will be on Spanish. However, we all bilingual, so we can just relate into it. So just go ahead and participate and be part of it. That'll be greatly appreciated. Once again, share and like. We are already in Facebook to the 802 followers. We need to get to the 1,000s. Let's go.
Roll to 1,000.
Yep, it's all good. All right, so thank you for being with us. This is Noto Boy, #Red Cup, #X El
Pastor.
You already know what's the deal. So thank you for being with us in Week Call Football. Check the draft tomorrow. Come back next week. Talk to us about what we did, what we didn't do, and let's give us some of the opinions of what happened. All right, so we will be looking in for that. So thank you once again. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen. Go to sleep. It's a little bit too late, so let's make it happen. Deuces.